My son was 9 years old when I ran out of money. I was flat broke. I couldn't afford my bills. And so the electricity to our small apartment was shut off. I was so defeated. It felt like everything I was striving towards as an independent woman was crumbling beneath my feet. I remember the day the lights went out like it was yesterday. It was around 2 p.m, and a very nice gentleman in a high-visibility vest came to my apartment building and cut out the lights. Naively, I thought everyone was out of power, so I opened the door, and I poked out my head, and I said, "Oh, is the whole building out?" And he looked at me with sadness and a little bit of judgment, and he said, "No, just you." Well, mortified, I ran back into my apartment, I dove into bed, and I cried my heart out. I just wanted to pack it all in. I wanted to run back to the UK and go live with my mom and dad. But I was a single mom. I was a business owner. I couldn't just flee the country. That was an all-time low for me, but it was also a turning point, a catalyst. It forced me to get much more creative about how I was going to bring money to my bank account, how I was going to pay the bills and keep my son safe. So, in the dark, I sat there and thought, well, I'm a pretty good writer, right? I can write and people will pay me for that, right? Now, let me be clear. I am not a professional writer by any stretch of the imagination. I don't have any designations or accreditations. I certainly didn't go to school for English, but it didn't really matter at that point. All of that and my imposter syndrome had to go out the window. My number one goal was to keep my son safe. So I started writing. Small things, social media posts, email marketing, little bits on websites. And to my great surprise, it went really well. And it started to grow. It started to snowball. And this little thing, this little skill that I kind of thought I maybe had, became a full-time revenue stream. It became my escape hatch out of the dark. Now, let's fast forward. In 2022, Stats Canada reported that a third of all Canadians aged between 35 and 44 could not cover an unexpected expense of $500. $500. It's 2025 now, and $500 doesn't even cover my grocery bill. People my age are praying that their washing machines don't break down on a Tuesday afternoon. The line between just about getting by and losing your house due to missed mortgage payments has become extremely blurry. And it's not like we can just tighten our belts, scrimp and save. We still have to feed our families. We still have to pay our phone bills. So when you're that close to the brink, when you're that close to the edge, there's no wiggle room. So what are we supposed to do? If we can't save our way to wealth, what's a solution? How do we move from fingers crossed financials to a place where we feel safe, secure, and stable? If we can't save, we can sell. Everybody can sell something. What I want you to think about today is that inside your head, there's some piece of know-how that somebody else will pay for. There's some piece of knowledge that somebody else wants to learn. And this know-how and this knowledge is worth its weight in gold. And I see all of your eyes staring at me, and they're saying, "Misty, no. I don't have anything in my head I can sell." And I will stand here on this stage, and I will say, "Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do." Some examples. Say you're really good at crocheting, and I want to learn how to crochet. Well, I might pay for that skill. Say you're really good at home organization. Well, guess what? I have 4 kids, 2 dogs, 2 cats. That sounds like a skill I would probably pay for. Maybe you're just really good at a very tricky kind of software, or perhaps you're just good at home renos. Whatever that skill is, that is your wealth safety net. You can use that to build yourself a better future. Right now, in the UK, there is a very creative female entrepreneur who sells her morning breath in baggies. Her morning breath in Ziploc baggies. When I tell you the list of things you can sell is endless, I really mean it. And here's the kicker. You don't have to be the best at something to be able to sell it. You don't have to have mastered a certain skill to be able to turn a profit. All you have to know is just a little bit more than the person who wants to learn. You don't have to be at the top of the ladder. You just have to be at the rung above, offering a helping hand down. So, if selling is that easy, why isn't everybody doing it? Well, the number one thing I have seen in sales and selling is imposter syndrome. People just simply don't feel they're talented enough to go out there and start selling what they know. But I am here today to tell you that that is absolute nonsense. You are so worthy. You're so valuable. You're priceless. Don't ever forget that, and don't ever let self-limiting beliefs get in the way of building yourself a better life. So, selling sucks. I mean, come on. 99.9% of the people hate selling. Now, I love it. I'm the 0.1%, but most of the time selling sucks. It's very uncomfortable to get out there and put yourself out there and start selling stuff that you know. I get it, but answer me this question. Would you rather be uncomfortable selling what's inside your brain? Or would you rather be uncomfortable dodging phone calls from bill collectors? Would you rather be stressed out because you got to peddle your wares? Or would you rather be stressed out because you don't have a single penny in your savings account to lean on? Look, it all sucks. All of that sucks. So let it suck. But make some money while you do it, okay? I just want you to know from the bottom of my heart that everything you need is inside of you. As Glinda, the good witch from The Wizard of Oz, said, "You've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself." So get out there and start selling and start serving a future of financial stability, but let's be real, financial fun awaits. Let's not let a silly little thing like money get in the way. Thank you.